For 2 decades, PRW has been the home of many freelance wrestlers throughout the Midwest, giving opportunities to wrestlers who just needed one chance to help push them to where they are now. But for the first time, these opportunities were put to a crushing halt when COVID-19 made a crash landing in the United States of America. What was supposed to be a simple flu-like virus turned into a pandemic we never could have imagined being a part of. Join us on our journey to sit down and talk with the PRW roster and get their views on what's been going on and what they've been doing to stay busy during the lockdown.
Matt Domka, also known as John Francis, head trainer, assistant for PRW, and I'm from Northwest Indiana. I always joke about it with my wife. I just got into the role of being the trainer, and first year I've got nothing but green guys and not a whole lot of experience to help me out. It's just me. And then second year I have a global pandemic. It's been an interesting ride. Right now just kind of focus on trying to keep moving forward. It makes it a lot harder. A wrestling match has a heartbeat to it. It's a living thing. There's a beat to it. There's a flow to it. And if you're not every week working on keeping that flow, that rhythm going, it's easy to get off of step or off of beat. So with the gaps from COVID, it's a lot harder to make progress. I've been part of PRW for 8 years. So wrestling was always one I wanted to do. I grew up watching wrestling. I'll never forget, my dad was always the type of parent where it was like, you'll grow out of that, you'll grow out of rock music, you'll grow out of wrestling, you'll grow out of all this, it's just a phase, and never did. It's a different world. It's a different environment. It's a different style. It's a different rookie. There's a lot of changes that go on. Just 8 years, the culture, the social norms of a wrestling locker room have changed so much over 8 years by itself that you really have to evolve and you really have to learn what you can and can't do with people. I remember when I was a rookie, you mess up something, you get chopped, you have to start it over, stuff like that, and by the end of practice, you're dead. You're done for the day. You can't do that as much anymore. But part of it, it's not like trying to say this generation is soft or anything. It's more the fact that it's not right. It's not there's more effective learning tools. It's tradition through wrestling, just whatever you got put through, you put through the next generation. And I know a lot of guys who came up with me, we had a lot of conversations about ending that stigma and trying to come up with something more productive. To a point, if you challenge me or say that you're better than me or say that you can do this better than me, I'm very much the type of person who's going to do everything they absolutely can to prove you wrong. So that training really benefited me, but I know that's not everybody. So there's times I'll go to Ivan and, someone will irritate me or something, just like human beings do. And I'll go to Ivan, I'll be like, I can't believe he's doing this. Why is he always doing this? And Ivan's like, you remember you were the same way, right? That is an eye-opening experience, but it also is a benefit because those guys who remind me of myself with the passion, the hunger, the drive, it's easier to understand where they're coming from. It's easier to train them because I know what worked for me. Oh yeah. As a rookie, I would say my favorite match was probably against Rage. As an intermediate, I had an I Quit match with Chris Cable. I keep hearing that it's one of the best matches in PRW history. It's probably one of my favorites. And then this new gen, me, Scrutch, and Akua in a triple threat for the title. That was just gold. Heavyweight championship, in my opinion, is an extremely important goal for a wrestler to have. There's no one that can touch you. You are the best wrestler in this locker room at this time. Backdropped on the outside. As soon as that happened, a shoot of pain right through from my kidneys to my neck, and I literally couldn't move until the count of 8 or 9. So honestly, I couldn't be happier. This is something I work for and earn. 2021 is going to be a new version of PRW you see coming out. When I first got here and I first started training and all that, I really had to get on, guys. And I also had to learn about myself, how to work with people, how to talk to people, how to train people, because I had never done it before. So it's a growing process, and we all grew together, and that's part of the reason we have a bond in this locker room. That's why it's a family here. We've been through worse. Keep pushing. The wrestling business is not easy, and it's not for everybody. It takes sacrifice, it takes work, it takes blood, sweat, tears, it takes broken bones, it takes sprains, it takes all that, and just rubbing dirt on it and getting back in the ring. If you really love it, if you really want this, keep pushing, because there's a lot of BS out there that you're going to have to deal with on your way to the top, and some people ain't cut out for it. I mean, I was one of them. I never made it anywhere huge, but you know, I still love wrestling, so I just keep pushing through.
If you would like to join the revolution, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to receive notifications. That is all for today. Welcome to the revolution.